Hey guys, Lord here, back again with another action figure review. Today I'll be taking a look at the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Marvel Legends Spider-Man the Animated Series Morbius and Doctor Strange 2-Pack. This course brought to us by the fine folks over at Hasbro. I did say it was a Hasbro Pulse exclusive after all, didn't I? Were you not paying attention again, you simpleton? Either way, before I do any more quirky cartoon voices, why don't we cut right to the chase and get into the meat and taters of this review, because I got a lot to say about this 2-pack, on top of the fact that, yeah, it makes no fucking sense that these two are packed together. I mean, let's not kid ourselves. There was no episode that featured the Midnight Suns, which, I'm not gonna lie, that would have been bussin' as hell, but, yeah, despite the fact that both Blade and Ghost Rider and these two are members of the Midnight Suns and all appeared in the Marvel Animated Universe at the time, there was no Midnight Suns episode of any series like Hulk or Spider-Man where the characters appeared in. Excuse me. World by Night's got my tongue. So, with that being said, why don't we take a look-see at all they have to offer in terms of accessories, starting off with Michael Morbius, who probably would have benefited from an alt head, but we'll get into that in a minute, who only came with a pair of fists. And why the hell would you use these when he has the plasma draining hands on him in the package? That just doesn't make any sense. That said, Doctor Strange has some fist hands, but why would you use these when you could use the Ronnie James Dio hands he comes packaged with? I don't know. That said, we also have the same magic fix we've seen over and over and over again. However, I do like these more than the bubbly ones. Now, Man-Thing's got my throat. Gee whiz. Her tongue. Either way, we got these. Seen them a million times. Can't really utilize the rings. The little clips there. Because these clips are too big. These clips are too small. And unlike another simpleton here on the YouTubes, I'm not into busting clips on my figures. So I just kind of slip the wrist through here. It's tight enough to where it's not going to fall off. It's not the tightest fit, but it's tight enough. It is and it isn't. So, moving Dr. Stephen Strange, the Sorcerer Supreme, out of the way with his new and improved pinless double knee legs, we're going to bring in Michael Morbius. The reason most people are probably going to buy this set, because Doctor Strange, other than that cape, didn't look a whole heck of a lot different in the cartoon, not to me anyways. Morbius, on the other hand, he doesn't wear anything like this anywhere else that I know of. I'm used to Morbius either having the big pot V collar with the webbed cape that's attached to his outfit, or this black trench coat look with the boots and the blue shirt and the pants. And I like this figure, for the most part. He's utilizing the same arms as the Void Build-A-Figure Wave Blade, who I will bring out for comparison later. But, this head sculpt, this thing fucking blows. It sits, wait, like, I'm doing some bullshit right here to make it not look as ridiculous. But, it looks like his head's broken. So if you actually straighten it, that's what it looks like, and that looks, again, fucking ridiculous. Like, there's his chin, there's his shoulder. My thumb fits between his chin and his shoulder. That is too big of a gap, man. This torso, I think is new, is crap, because the shoulders sit way too low, and you can kind of cheat and shift them up, but it doesn't really work. Last I checked, yeah, Blade's chin to shoulder ratio is not the best either, but his coat goes over his shoulders, so you're at least able to get that illusion that his shoulders go up to here and not down here. I don't think the shoulders are too small necessarily, maybe a little bit, but they are too low, and his head sits too high because of this lollipop. Now, if you were to Dremel this out, have it sit deeper on that neck peg, like this, it wouldn't look like his head was broken, or his neck was broken. But this has been a problem with Marvel Legends, because all you cotton-headed nitty muggins out there that think the disc hinge is the end-all be-all of head articulation are incompetent monkeys and don't know shit. Double ball pegs is a way to go. The Savage Crucible figures have double ball pegs, and they can look straight the fuck up, no problem. So, you know, this disc hinge shit needs to go. This is dumb. This is terrible. You know, someone just needs to teach Hasbro how to do double ball pegs like McFarlane, because even their figures look up. So, yeah, I hate this head. I wish we got an alt head with the hair down, because the hair don't even look right. The face is fine, but I think the head's probably a little big and sits too darn high. But he does get pretty good up and down, even just on the ball peg itself. And he does have good tilt because of that as well, and of course rotation. Shoulders go out about that far down. They rotate all the way around. He's got a bicep swivel, double elbow. That works okay. Joints are relatively loose on the arms though. Not like floppy, but the wrists are not the tightest thing ever. He used the Moreland hands, because of course. Are these the Moreland hands? I don't remember Moreland having claws like that. I remember his being more like closed together. This might be different. This might be different. I don't know. I don't have Moreland handy, but get it? Handy. Hands. Ha ha! That was clever, and I didn't even think of that. I don't have my Moreland handy, but I want to say these hands are actually different. I don't remember these claws on him, but I could be wrong. But putting the arms back down. He does have an ab crunch that goes pretty far forward, all things considered. Not so much back because of the coat, but you can obviously take that off if you want. Rotates at the waist. And then he can kick forward, kick back, out, down. Actually, how good are his splits? Holy shit. He can do the splits better than Spider-Man. That's hilarious. He's got a thigh cut. A little gummy, but not terrible. Double knee. Pretty tight on those as well. So, there you go. Pretty good bend out of that. Like the sculpt of the legs. I think the legs are new. He's got a calf swivel. No need to put soap in that. It's tight. Has the little detent pops in it from time to time, but not overly tight. And he's got a hinge in the foot with a rocker. So, he's good. He's alright. He's got a floaty belt piece, but it could have been so much better, man. That said, if they just want to, you know, throw shit at the wall and see what sticks with these 2-packs, I say just give us Morbius Unbound and Man-Spider in a 2-pack and end the line. That would be amazing. Or, as a friend of mine would say, bussin'! So, bringing in Doctor Strange, we're not going to go over his articulation, though he does have the single elbow with rotation, as opposed to double elbows, because he's got the baggy sleeves. He's got a new cape, which I was not expecting. I think his torso is the same as the previous release. I want to say he's got a little purple on his chest, or his tunic here, as opposed to the blue. But it doesn't look purple to me. And I used to have the vintage 5-inch Doctor Strange from the Spider-Man animated line. He had a blue tunic as well, so I don't know what is and what isn't right. But there you go. I think the head sculpt might be new. Which, this head sculpt's pretty good. I like this head sculpt. Doesn't look like the same one from the Walmart one, but I can't get to that one. A lot of my stuff's in storage, like my retro-carded Felicia Black Cat, that's somewhere on my Spider-Man shelf, I think. My Walmart Doctor Strange is in storage, so, you know, size comparisons are going to be a little meh, but they're going to be there. That said, because of the collar on this cape, he doesn't get a lot of range. But, you know, it would have been nice to get the meditation head maybe, but I don't miss it. As far as his legs go, he does have new pinless legs. So if you wanted to swap these onto the Walmart one, you probably could. He gets pretty good splits too, son of a bitch. He does have a thigh cut. That's a little gummy. And then he's got the double knee. Decent range out of that. And I'm going to say the calves down are reused from the Walmart one. I had to put a little soap in mine, but they work fine now. And then, of course, he's got the hinge with the rocker and the feet. The rest is just the Walmart Doctor Strange, so we're not going to get into that. I already reviewed that figure some time ago. What was that, 2 years ago? It's quite a while ago. 2022, I want to say. Early 2022, if that. But I like the Doctor Strange. I'm going to add him to my Midnight Suns display, though, because he's in a 90s costume. That kind of makes sense. Because we do have some other Midnight Suns characters, one of which I will be pulling out for comparison later. But yeah, this set's alright. I think those alternate heads would have probably went a long way. Especially since the Daredevil set, he came with alternate hands, like all the alternate hands. An alternate head and an effect piece for his billy clubs there. Granted, he was not like new tooling like these guys. I think that whole set was reuse, other than like one new head, so maybe that's why it was loaded with accessories. But you know, for $60, could it have killed him to throw in a couple extra heads? I don't think so. So with that being said, it is time now that we move right along and take a look at some size comparisons. First up, here is good old Morbius and a Doctor Strange alongside the Walmart exclusive retro carded animated version of ye old Spider-Man, utilizing a body buck that is way too small. So please, for the love of all that is holy, or unholy in this case, because we do have some vampires among us, give us an animated Spider-Man on the Renew Your Vows body, please. It's not my favorite body buck in the line, but this little squirt's just not cutting it. I'll take that chit with or without cell shading, please and thank you. That said, we also have Blade from the Void Build-A-Figure wave, because this Doctor Strange is going to go right in my Midnight Suns display with the Morbius from the Venom Pool wave and that upcoming Danny Ketch Ghost Rider that we should be receiving later this year. So, very, very excited to be adding to that team. I think there's a Man-Thing rumored to come out as well. So, all we really need is Werewolf by Night and a couple others, and we complete the team. Can you believe it? I can't. I might need to pinch myself. Ow. Moving them out of the way before I hurt myself again. I didn't really pinch myself. That is a joke, my friends. Moving these two over a little bit so we can bring in our two regulars. Actually, I don't know if that's enough. Got the Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibulis right there. I'm actually going to move Morbius over because I don't think these two are going to fit with Doctor Strange's big-ass cape hogging up all the real estate, as a plastic cape often does. We also have the infamous Elephant Spawn, who is going to tower over everyone and not even really fit on screen. Thanks a lot, Capes. Thanks a freaking lot. Can we half-ass this and get him in there a little more? There you go. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. So, with that being said, it is time now that we move right along and wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, and I gotta be honest with you guys in saying that this set right here is 50-50 for me. On one hand, I was pleasantly surprised by the Doctor Strange figure, and I'm very glad to have both of these characters for my Spider-Man animated series display, but gotta tell ya that I was a little let down by the Morbius and the sheer lack of accessories, because I swear, when these guys were solicited, they were solicited with alternate heads for each of them, And as far as I know, there are no alternate heads in the box. So if you're looking to complete your Spider-Man animated series roster, this is definite must-have. They go with all the other figures we've gotten before, but if you're being picky and choosy with who you get from the Spider-Man animated series line, I don't think these characters are main enough to justify purchasing if you're just a casual collector of this line. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later.